the wind had to help that ball, give it another 20, 30 yards.
Well, this could be good. On the green in right. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed.
It's that sneaky distant. That's the cruelest thing about this game.
Frank, as a player, do you like the drivable par 4? And we've seen these setups now at just about every single U.S. Open.
When you're playing well, there's no question in they favor the guy playing well. But if you're struggling, no one likes their hand forced. 12 forces your hand. It's tough to laugh on themselves. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank? Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are.
Coming down the stretch here at the U.S. holes to play, and Frank, this par 4 13th will really test the players.
It is. If someone makes 3 here down the stretch, it will be monumental. A 4 here, no one would leave this hole unhappy.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That's well played. Now a good 2 straight birdies. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, make sure you don't drop a shot. Use the contours of this hole too that bend right to left, and 546 yards becomes much shorter than what you would think.
Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
What does he have all alone?
Locked in on the read and the speed. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live second round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship. Great lie, and what a great shot. He has really hit it a long way. Frank, uphill shot, what did you like to do on a play like this?
The biggest thing really is to try and work on your balance. You've got to make sure you get through the shot and normally take an extra club.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
And let's go down to the 6th. Even par through the early portion of this second round. Frank, not a bad spot.
Yeah, sort of rocking on ready, sitting on go. That's what it looks like right now. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Necklace over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Good, solid par right there. Well, Frank, this is what a U.S. Open is all about. A long, tough par 4 up the hill.
Yeah, just a beast. And it's a dogleg right on top of that. There's more humps and bumps and all this than a dermatologist would ever dream of down there.
Good contact, good result.
There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
This is a good-looking shot. That is classy.
Yeah, a chance of going in.
Just a couple of feet. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Well, this hole, the 8th, says U.S. Open all the way. Tee set back to well over 600 yards, Frank, par 5.
Well, it's called high road and low road, so which way would you prefer? I'd rather take the high road and that sort of whip one down the fairway there, hopefully around the 300-yard mark, and you just might make this par 5 and 2. Then you can tell all your mates. If you take the low road, you're going to rack up a big number, and you don't want to tell anybody.
Now our featured golfer setting up for another approach. Really needs to get something going here, Frank.
And that green right now must look like the size of a thimble. Needs a sort of miracle putt.
With a redemption chance here, had bogey yesterday. Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, Just good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This for bogey once again. Made bogey here yesterday. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
Frank, the 9th hole, called Olympus. I mean, that is very grand sounding. Like something that...
You're talking great God here, aren't you? Come on, this golf course is for the mere mortals, Rich.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole. That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there. Whew, this is tough to watch.
I've already got my eyes covered.
Third round coverage comes your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo and our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live third round coverage of the United States Open Championship. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Surely not.
Good clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, Frank, he'll drop at least one shot here. That was not his best effort.
No, poor is the easiest way to put that. He knows it.
And that's a bogey. Well, Frank, what a stretch of tough par fours here at Chambers Bay. Now to the 7th, long uphill par 4 and a lot of trouble to the right.
Yeah, and it's all sand, that's for sure. If you miss the field on the left, then it's all dunes, so take your pick, really. But ideally, that green piece that the superintendent often mows each and every day, that's the place to go. And for a US Open at 508 yards, if you miss that little green strip, then this hole will be hazardous because it's going to play a lot longer than that uphill.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. 11 feet away. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
good putt. Frank, we know we're at a U.S. Open, 500-yard par 4s, and here a better than 600-yard par 5 at the 8th.
Yeah, you need a missile really off the tee to be able to reach this par 5 and 2, and not a single bunker really on this hole. So this is just long every stretch of the way. The fairway actually looks a little bit narrower than what it is. There's a little bit more fairway than actually what meets the eye at first.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to pay the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Continues to roll the ball very well. Frank, the 9th hole is called Olympus. Feels as though Russell Crowe should be standing on the tee, starring in some sort of a movie about the Greek gods.
I knew you'd go like Titans and that down here. But this golf course is for the mere mortals, Rich. This isn't for the Greek gods and the Titans of the world. Well, they might think they are, but this is for you and me. This is for everybody. 36 handicappers. We can all play here.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Coming off a bogey here yesterday, chance to make it right. Looks like he just misread that. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Well, that's just a poor putt, Frank, and now let's hope he doesn't make a Michael Bublé.
He's hardly going to be singing after that one.
Blemish on the scorecard. A bogey. Frank, this was our first trip to Chambers Bay here in the state of Washington, and it provided a stunning and dramatic backdrop for the national championship for the U.S. Open.
It's been a fun time in the US Open history. We had Pinehurst in 2014 and go to a true links course in Chambers Bay has realized that golf shouldn't be stereotyped. This is a fantastic golf course, and it's one, obviously, where you've got to have every department of your game on song.
Nothing quite like it. A U.S. Open, and this one from Chambers Bay was something to behold. For my partner Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long from Chambers Bay. EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live final round coverage of the 115th U.S. Open Championship. Excellent looking shot here.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, you've been there, down to the wire at several U.S. Opens. What's that pressure like?
It's so different from any other type of major championship because that's normally the toughest test. That's where the scores are the highest, i.e. relative to par. That's actually where par itself is a good score. I mean, you've bruised and battled by the end of the week. With the exception, really, remember when Rory McIlroy won at Congressional? That's the one time when the US Open played soft. But Martin Keimer at Pinehurst on a firm, fast golf course, it's a different test. Tiger Woods at Pebble Beach. You just think of people struggling at the end of the week and really last man standing. That's what a US Open means.
Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. The 11th hole. Frank, what's ahead here?
This is another green that's sort of slope. There's a lot of little slopes in this green here, plus the green angles from right to left. So it just depends on whether that second shot that lands. You've got to be well aware of what you're landing on. If you're landing on a downslope, it's going to kick forward. Obviously, on an upslope, it's going to stop that much quicker.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just 5 feet left. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Never quite had enough oomph on that.
Yeah, sort of a wishy-washy stroke.
Settles in over the putt.
That was a good run at it, Rich.
Hoping to drop only one shot, this for bogey. Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game. Well, par fours, they're not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
That shot falls for a birdie. That's in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. The bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
Really. This is that awkward length.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but this is going to hurt the course.
Has it. Good putt right there. To the 15th green. but looking at a tough putt, considerably long, over 25 feet away. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
This is a good-looking shot. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Ooh, so close. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Well, not going to make par here. He needs this to only give up one. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
And they're close, about 8 feet from the cup. These putts keep the round together. Misses the putt here, has to try again and add another stroke to the scorecard. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world, and you don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra attention to detail, the better strike, the better swing is certainly going to pay dividends.
Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one. Like cyber vision, shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in.
Even par, currently. A lip out's fine, as long as it doesn't happen to you.
Did the job right there. That'll put a wrap on our final round coverage for all of us at EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time.